Hello and welcome to the show, Tamal. Now, what
Okay.
will RBI's rate setters decide? We'll get to know that tomorrow. But you don't expect them to change either the policy rate or the stance. That's what you wrote in this week's column. Why is that so?
Well, Swapnil, let me play the Sherlock Holmes. It's elementary, Watson, because inflation has been going down. If you see, talking about the last month, I'm not bothering you with the numbers, but it's going down. But in November, it will go up and substantial. It could be closer to 6%. And December also, it will be on a higher level, even though lesser than November. And as you know, I mean, we can blame it on onion and potato. Food inflation is a big worry. But the positive thing is the core inflation, the non-food, non-oil inflation, RBI has been able to manage it to bring down. But Reserve Bank of India governor, as we have seen, I mean, for him there is no room for complacency unless the battle against inflation is over. So I would like to believe we are in the last mile or last lap of fighting inflation. It will be high till the fiscal year end and in accordance with the Reserve Bank of India's projections or estimate. And till we get this inflation within 4% on a durable basis, don't expect any rate cut. Don't expect even a pivot. Pivot is basically neutral stance. So it will continue to be a pause. Maybe not as hawkish as the October policy was. Liquidity will continue to be in focus. As we speak, liquidity has been positive after quite some time because of government spending is happening now. Elections over, government is spending, so liquidity has been back. So I think RBI will not take its eyes off from containing inflation, managing liquidity. So I don't expect any change in the stance. Neither do I expect any policy tinkering with the policy rate.
So, if this Friday is about RBI's MPC meeting, last Friday was about RBI's agreement with Bank of England, and this was on the CCIL issue. I have to ask you, what would have happened if they hadn't reached that settlement?
No, you see, the key term is cooperation and exchange of information. Which are the parties between Reserve Bank of India and Bank of England? Now, what is it on? It's on CCIL, okay, Clearing Corporation of India, which is a central counterparty to clear settlements of all transactions. You know, it's a government securities transaction, foreign exchange transactions, money market transactions. CCIL is the same. Now, what is the background? Last October, 2022 October, I am talking about, the Eurozone's financial markets regulator, which is called ESMA, European Securities and Markets Authority, they withdrew recognition of CCIL and 5 other CCPs, what do you call it, the central counterparty. And that created a problem. That created a problem. I think CCIL in January applied to Bank of England as a third-party CCP. Meaning outside the Eurozone regulator, whether it can be done. In June, UK Treasury sort of, I would say, endorsed the concept of third-party CCP, etc. So now the MOU actually will ensure cross-border cooperation. What was the bone of contention? The European authority, they wanted to take a look at the regulations and how the functions of CCIL and other CCPs. Reserve Bank of India said, look, I mean, these are all well regulated. Our regulations and supervisions are pretty good. I mean, who are you, ISMA, to get into this? That was the issue. Now this cooperation, I think is a forerunner of CCIL getting the status of as a sort of third-party CCP and carrying on the business with the UK geography. Now, what will be the, in plain terms, what will be the UK based the UK headquarter banks which are operating in India, like for instance Barclays or Standard Chartered, etc. Now, for them, clearing and settlement, etc., for their customers will be pretty smooth once this CCIL thing is over. And if you remember, not only the European regulator for this. Even the French authorities also had certain issues. I think they also said that they would not get into this. And then I guess it's an 18 months we have got a sort of, I would say the 18-month breather for that kind of stuff.
And I want to have your thoughts on this about attrition. At the data here from Team Lease, the staff churn is at 34% for HDFC Bank. It's at 35% for Axis. And Team Lease said in a report that it expects staff churn to remain high in the financial sector. What's happening there?
Well, it has only spoken about two banks. You are talking about two banks. I am aware of at least one more private banks which is even higher, and in 40s. I want. Now this is a phenomenon. It's not recent, but it's not exactly recent. It's been happening for the past couple of years. And if you ask me, hand on heart, in private, all the CEOs, particularly I'm talking about the private bank CEOs, they say that the biggest challenge before them is keeping the staff. So it's a very difficult thing, because this is a new public sector banks are not affected this way because their structure is very different. People typically seek security under the umbrella of public sector banks. Most of them, majority of them. Of course, there are some guys who get frustrated and leave for reasons or for improvement in their career. But private banks is a different ballgame altogether. Now, the young guys, you call it different generation kind of, the Zengis and the new generation people, that they are impatient. They want to take challenge, and they are always looking for that, to do something else.
Right. So next gen challenges need next gen solutions is what you're saying. And of course, we'll keep our eyes on tomorrow's MPC outcome. Thank you so much for joining us, Tamal. See you next week.
Thank you.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that lets success soar high. I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank, SBI, the banker to every Indian.